Welcome to our course intro on DaVinci Resolve. Before getting into our whole course or our lessons, we have to learn a bit about what DaVinci Resolve is. So what is DaVinci Resolve? DaVinci Resolve is a professional video editing software developed by Blackmagic Design, originally known visual effects and audio editing. It is widely used in the film and television industry as well by independent filmmakers, YouTubers, and other content creators. Now, why will you choose DaVinci Resolve? DaVinci Resolve offers several key features and advantages that make it a popular choice for professional video editing and post-production. One is advanced color grading. Two is non-linear editing. Three is integrated workflow. Four is collaborative features. 5, visual effects and motion graphics. 6, audio post-production. And 7, one of the most interesting thing is that free version is available now. DaVinci Resolve stands out for its advanced color grading capabilities, integrated workflow, collaborative features, and comprehensive set of editing and post-production tool, making it a versatile and powerful solution for filmmakers and video professionals. Overall, just like I said, it is a versatile and powerful tool for professional video production, offering a comprehensive set of features for editing, grading, and finishing projects of all sizes and complexities. Additionally, there's a free version available with many features, making it accessible to a wide range of users. So, without any further ado, let's hop on to our introduction to DaVinci Resolve. How you're going to get started. I'm going to also show you how you'll be able to install it and start working with DaVinci Resolve and which files to open. Without any further ado, let's show you how you will get started with DaVinci Resolve on your device. First of all, on your desktop, what you're going to do is going to be opening up any web browser which you have on your device. Now, as you can see that I have opened up Google Chrome. Now, you can also open up Mozilla. You can also open up Microsoft Edge, whichever one you have. I'm not going to give you any specific, web browser to use. Then what you're going to do is going to be searching out for DaVinci Resolve download. Okay? Hit on enter. And you'll basically see DaVinci Resolve 18 by blackmagicdesign.com. Just like I said on my intro, this is a software developed by Blackmagic Design. You're going to do is going to be checking out if it is by blackmagicdesign.com. Then click on the first link which you see over here. After you click on this, you'll basically see that this is the type of website it is. It also gives you a preview of where Blackmagic has been used. You can see a lot of the movies of Hollywood has been used or produced by Blackmagic or, DaVinci Resolve. And you can see it is DaVinci Resolve 18, which is still free by them. Okay, there are a couple of different variants which you'll be able to download. You can see the Blackmagic Design, and if you have your own account on Blackmagic Design, you can log in and you'll be able to use more of this site and use more of the functionality if you are logged in. Okay, then you can see the previews, and then when you go down, you will basically see two of these options. Okay, now you can see free download now, and then we also have DaVinci Resolve Studio. Now, what are the differences? So if you want full version of the studio, you want to make more, or you want to make more complex video edits, all of those, make sure to download or, buy out the studio. But if you are here, or if you're a beginner, you want to learn, you just click on DaVinci Resolve free download. It will show you another pop-up, and then you will go to download. And I'm going to show it to you step by step. When you go down, you can see that this is the Hollywood's first or the #1 post solution. Why? I've shown you, or I've given you the example of why people will use DaVinci Resolve, because it has everything to make out a composition, to make out a video edit to look super professional. It's because you can edit your videos, you can color your videos, you can also fix your audio, and you can also apply infusion, animation, whatever. So it's basically like, kind of Premiere Pro, then iVideo, and all of those, After Effects, all of them together in one, one solution or in one software. Okay, so this is basically the number one. That is why it is the number one post solution. You can also go through, this website and see how it actually is. You can see there are a couple of different sections all in one solution for post-production. Okay, you can see media, cut, edit, fusion, color, Fairlight, deliver, everything. Okay, then what you're going to basically do is click on this option over here. When you click on this option, this type of interface will pop up on your screen. Now you can see we have DaVinci Resolve 18.6, which is the free version, and this is 18.6, the studio version, which is not free. What you're going to do over here is select your OS. If you have a Mac OS, click on this Mac OS X. Then if you're using Windows, click on Windows, and if you have a Linux, click on that. So I'm going to do is just click on Windows. It will just automatically start downloading on your device, but as I already have it, I'm not going to be downloading it. You can see you will be able to, fill in your registration, put in your name, your last name, company, email, phone, everything, okay? Fix your country, streets, every one of them, then register yourself, and then it will give you the free download. And then what you're going to do is just install the file, and then it will start running on your device. So as I already have it downloaded, what I'm going to be doing is going to be opening it up on my device, which is DaVinci Resolve. Now, when you click on DaVinci Resolve, or when take a bit of time to open up on your screen, because this is kind of a very big, let's say software. You can see that I have already opened it up, and this is the interface of the project manager. Okay, this is basically called the project manager, and why I'm going to be showing you, or why I'm going to be telling you, because all of the projects which you work on, well, if you've used Microsoft Word, Microsoft PowerPoint, or any Microsoft suite, you can see when you go off the file, you can see that there are a couple of, recent ones or recently worked doc files or presentation files appearing up. And that is the same screen over here. Okay, so you'll be able to use it to find out your own project, and I'm going to show you everything about it. Okay, so there we have our untitled projects. This is basically the local section. So the local section is that you will be able to import your local files, or you'll be able to see your local files on your device on this platform. You can see there are a couple of these videos. So these videos are basically the ones which are like, already worked on or recently worked on. Now, one interesting feature about DaVinci Resolve is that it gives you a preview just by using the playhead, even on the project manager. How? When you click on any one of these videos, you can see the play header is over here, and you can see that when I drag it over the videos, it basically pops up, or it basically gives us the preview of that specific frame. You can see this is basically how it looks like. So now you know how you'll be able to use these options. There we go, tutorial and all of those. So that's basically it. Now, when you click on this button over here, this is basically add a folder. If you want to add a folder, you want to organize your project manager panel, and you want to put more files inside of it, you can do that. You have full functionality of it. Make yourself a new folder. What I'm going to do is start off with new lessons. This just hit on enter, and there we go, new lessons. I can now drag it inside of it. Let's say I'm going to drag it. I'm also going to drag it. I'm going to drag this. As you can see, this is just drag and drop, but you can also select up the files and then drag all of them together. You can also use your shortcut keys, press Ctrl X. You can see unable to cut project. If it is enabled, then you can do is just drag all of them inside of it. And you can see this one is also selected, so I'm not going to be selecting that one. I'm going to just drag and drop each and every one of them. You can do that. You can also drag and drop each and every one of them at the same time. Select, drag, and there we go. All of them has been put inside my new folder. Now, if you want to click on that, and you will see basically all of them back again. Now, if you want a bigger view or a smaller view, you have the slider option. You can zoom out. You can also zoom in to make it bigger. It's basically up to you. Now you'll also be able to sort it out the way you want to. You can see the sort order button over here. Click on that, and you'll be able to sort it up with the name, the date modified, the timelines, formats, or the frame rates. So select up the one which helps you up with organization. I most of the time try using date modified because it just allows me to see when or which one I've worked on recently or which one I worked on like really old or a while ago. So find out the one or select the one which is most preferable by you. Then we have is the information panel. If you want more information about your videos or your project manager, you can select it and it will give you all the information about each and every one of the videos. As you can see that if I want the resolution, you can see the resolution is 1920 in the 1080p, last modified this time, and it will also give you FPS. So try using it if you want to. Then we have is the view. What type of view do I want on this platform? Do I want a grid view or do I want a list view? Click on that. It will change according to how you want it to be like. Then you can see this is the one, the list view, and this is the grid view. Now you also have this like search button. If you want to search up for anything, let's say I'm going to do a search for class. You can see class. If I want DaVinci class tutorial, result tutorial, you can see it will appear up. Okay, so that is basically how you'll be able to get inside this folder and search them too. You can also filter it by names, formats, and notes. If you have any notes applied to any of these videos or any of the medias, you can also search them according to that. Now, if you want to go back to local, just click on that option again, and it will take you back to the local panel. You can just go off the projects, and there we go. Now, you can see that I have opened up project libraries. Now, when I click on project library, this is basically showing me the local database. Well, the local database is where you are going to, use that folder, or you're going to use that specific file to open up, project, or to open up folders and also videos into DaVinci Resolve. When you click on local database, you can add a new project library. You can click on that. You can connect with people at the same time. But which folder do you want to, connect with people? You can also show them that. I'm just going to give you an example. Let's say I want the name to be, let's say I'm going to type in just class 1. Now, what I'm going to be doing is going to be clicking on browse, and then it's going to show me this type of interface. Now, from here, I'm going to do is just use maybe I'm going to do is just go on to DaVinci. I'm going to go off the desktop. This is what I want. So I'm going to click on select the folder. I'm going to press on create. Now, class 1 or this folder has been saved up in my local database. Now, I will be able to open them up, but even if I want to connect it with other people, I can also give access to that folder to that other person who I'm working with. So it is just very easy, and that person who has the access, they can also upload it in your class 1 folder in your PC or in DaVinci Resolve so that you can download it and put it on your folder or on your hard disk or your SSD. So it is just very simple, and these are quite interesting features what DaVinci Resolve gives you in this free software. Okay, so there we go. This is how you'll be able to make your own project. This is basically, I just made a folder so that I can connect it to my local database. But if you want to connect with people, you want to give access to your folder to another person, go up to connects, name the file, locate your folder, connect it, and the person who you want to give it to, they will get the access of that folder so that they can work with your resource and your working space at the same time. So you can see how interesting and how many features DaVinci Resolve offers you in a free software. Okay, and now you will just know step by step why people use DaVinci Resolve and why is it number one as the post solution. Now let's go on to the next option. So you also have a couple of these options over here on the project library. You also get the information about what type of and when it was, let's say modified. Then you have the sorting option. Now, in the sorting option, it is quite different than the sorting option on the project manager. It's because now, what type of projects do you want to be available? Do you want schema? Do you want status? Do you want location? Well, these are a bit complex if you are totally new to DaVinci Resolve, but I'm going to show it to you step by step, okay? Then, if any person whom you're connected with, you want to download any file, click on this restore option. You'll be able to restore that up and you'll be able to download those files at the same time. And you'll be able to search up the folders or files which you have on that specific folder. Now let's go to the networking option. On the networking option, you have this, panel from where if you are connected to other people and if they upload anything or share anything with you, those things will appear on this platform. As I do not have anyone connected to or anyone connected with me, nothing is over here. But if you do it or if you connect with your own account and then share to anyone or anyone shares with you, all of them will appear over here. And the last option which appears up is called the Cloud Magic or let's say Blackmagic Cloud Beta. Well, this is a beta version. So if you want the full version, you have to get the studio. One thing is that make sure you connect with your email and password, sign in with your account. And this is basically kind of like a cloud drive or a Google Drive for only DaVinci Resolve. It offers you a good space too. So you can try using it if you want to. If you're going for professional or intermediate, you can try using it so that you can save it and open them up from any device you have. Okay, so as we're basically done with this, what you can open yourself a new project so that you can see how the interface works. Because I've shown you how you'll be able to download it, how you'll be able to open it. Now this is basically how it looks like. I'm going to be just making myself a new project. Now from here I'm going to go up to my local database. This is my local database. And there are a couple of these options over here too. Now, if you want to export anything or any file, you can click on export. It will show you this box. You'll be able to export that up. If you want to import any files, any media, you can also do it just by using the same type of box or same type of interface. Now we have open. If you want to open up any file, click on open. It will start opening on its own. And this is basically the type of interface which will look like on your workspace. But if you don't want it, you can obviously just cut this off. I'm going to show it to you just so make sure to wait for a bit and I'm going to show it to you how it basically works like. Then what I'm showing you how you are going to create a new project. If you want a new project, click on new project, name up your project or not name it. It's basically up to you. You can click on create. It will just open up on your workspace just like this. And this is basically how it will look like. Now you can also change the name of the project however you want. But now you know how DaVinci Resolve can be opened up, how you're going to work with it. And this is basically the interface which I'm going to be showing you, or this is the workspace which I'm going to be showing you in my next lesson. So just try not to skip any part and hope you understood everything about how you are going to open up DaVinci Resolve in your device. It might be a bit different if you have a different OS, Linux or Mac, but one thing is that all of them are the same. Okay, so there you can see that you might feel like it's a bit complex, but don't worry. I'm going to show you everything step by step in each lesson one by one. So what I'm going to be doing last is going to be showing you how you're going to open up any of the things or any of the recent ones. What you're going to do is click on DaVinci Resolve, or you can go off the file, go off the project manager. You can see the same type of interface opens up on the home panel. When I click on new, and then you're going to do is just select on any of the files. If you have any video, click on open or double click on it, and it will just open up on DaVinci Resolve, and you'll be able to use it however you want. So thank you for watching this video up till the very end and hope you understood about everything. If you have any confusion or any question in this whole course, feel free to ask me anytime. I'm always there to help you and guide you through the whole process. So thank you for watching the video again, and let's move on to our next project or our next lesson, where we are going to show you about the workspace and the interface of DaVinci Resolve.